Hey guys, Happy New Year and welcome back to Clarissa's Kitchen. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. I know that I did. Do you know what it consisted of? Eating, sleeping, sleeping in, being lazy, eating, sleeping in, being lazy. That was pretty much it. I was a lazy bum and I loved it. So today's recipe to kick off the year 2021, I cannot believe we're in 2021. It's like crazy. But I wanted to share with you guys a cheesy mac and cheese recipe that is of course gluten-free. Now this is a classic recipe that you guys answered on my polls on my IG story. If you guys haven't followed me already, it's at Clarissa's Kitchen. I have tons of recipes over there as well. And I post IG stories pretty much on the daily so you guys can interact with me. But I could have gone the vegan option, I could have gone the dairy-free option, but you guys said you wanted a classic cheesy mac and cheese recipe. So of course I go above and beyond. I didn't want just one type of cheese, I wanted 3 cheeses. So you're getting cheddar cheese, white cheddar cheese, and Gruyere cheese. Even at the very end, this is pretty much like a one-pot recipe, but we're gonna boost it up another notch. So we're gonna add it into a baking dish at the very end, add more cheese on top, and broil it for like a few minutes until you get this nice cheesy crust. This is great for meal prepping, great for more of a heavier lunch. I would advise maybe more for dinner. And then dinner, of course, to serve at least like 4 to 6 people, or just indulging on your own, or just between 2 people, that's totally fine too. Mac and cheese gets better and better with flavor every single day, and this lasts up to about like 4 to 5 days, unless if you consume it all before then. And also, I wanted to share with you guys some other big news that I came out with a new blog website. I've been working on this for the last 6 months, and it finally came out on January 3rd, 2021. So all of these recipes that you'll find on my channel, you'll find on the blog. You'll find more nutrition facts, tips, tricks, recipe, a story behind of why I put out the recipe. It should be very clean, simplistic, and just really easy to navigate throughout the blog website. So instead of listing the whole entire recipe in the description box below, I am going to be substituting that with a blog link that you guys can click right away and check out the website. If you guys do make this recipe, make sure that you do tag Clarissa's Kitchen. I love to repost because I post daily recipes on my Instagram, and also just like love to share all your creations out there to the world. So before we start, make sure that you click subscribe right down below and turn on those notification bells because I'm posting videos every Saturday. So without further ado, let's begin the recipe. To begin the recipe, let's start by grating our 3 cheeses. As mentioned earlier, I'm using cheddar cheese, white cheddar cheese, and Gruyere cheese. The Boar's Head brand is guaranteed gluten-free, but most brands such as the one I'm using for the Gruyere cheese is also gluten-free too. A tip to grating cheese easily is to make sure it's kept in the fridge right before grating to hold its shape. You can also stick the cheese in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes to harden. We want to grate 2 cups of cheddar cheese, 1.5 cups of white cheddar cheese, and 1.5 cups of Gruyere cheese. Once finished, we will then start boiling our water. Once the water is boiling, then season with salt and olive oil. I found this really cool shell-shaped pasta that has only 3 vegetable ingredients in it: cauliflower, parsnips, and green lentil. This pasta is grain-free too and really holds its shape. But you can also use macaroni-shaped or a penne-shaped pasta too. I mentioned a few pasta brands that I love and types of pasta I like to stay away from. So check in the description box below to see which ones that I'm using. I usually like to boil my pasta a minute less than the pasta instructions have listed to keep the pasta nice and al dente. Drain your pasta once cooked and rinse with cold water. Using the same pot, bring to a medium-high heat and add 2 tablespoons of salted or unsalted butter. We will be making a quick roux which helps thicken our cheesy sauce. Add 2.5 tablespoons of gluten-free flour. I'll list the brand that I'm using in the description box below. You'll want to make sure the flour is cooked and well combined with the butter before adding the 3 cups of almond milk, any plant-based milk, or regular milk. Season with 1 tablespoon of salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. Then add 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese, 1 cup of white cheddar cheese, and 1 cup of Gruyere cheese. Mix until well combined, leaving no clumps behind. Then add the pasta back in and stir until everything is coated with the cheesy sauce. In a 9x9 or 8x8 baking dish, add your mac and cheese and distribute evenly throughout. To make the extra cheesy crusty layer on top, let's make our topping, which consists of 1/4 cup of gluten-free panko, which you can find at pretty much any local grocery store in the ethnic aisle, or there's a direct link I listed below, or you can sub with gluten-free breadcrumbs. Then add about 3 tablespoons of fresh finely chopped parsley, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Add the remaining cheese on top and mix all together. Sprinkle evenly throughout the dish, then it's time to broil. Make sure to set the oven to broil, and a little tip is to move the rack closer to the top of the oven to get more of a crisp, cheesy layer. Broil the mac and cheese uncovered for about 5 to 8 minutes. Make sure to check it at the 5-minute mark as you don't want the crust to burn. And there you have it, a classic mac and cheese recipe that's gluten-free with a 3-cheese twist to it. This is one of the best comfort foods that you can have. You get the cheesy mac and cheese with a crunchy layer that is hard to resist. Trust me, this was demolished in one day. I hope you enjoyed watching this recipe and hope you also make it at home. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time in Clarissa's Kitchen.